But his little sister comes in to talk to him and delivers probably the best dialogue I've ever seen in my life.
What you doing?
Heading out with my friends.
I'm sorry your dad died because of bone cancer.
Guys, it's my favorite time of year again. The leaves are falling, the pumpkin I carved a week ago is rotting on my front porch, and I get to watch horrible movies. What more could I ask for? I guess if anything, I would ask for the hours I spent watching the topic of today's video back, but what can you do? And that topic is actually a movie, something I don't often do on the channel, but once I found out that this exists, I knew I had to at least watch it and maybe make a video out of it. And here we are. It's a movie you may have heard about. It stars Christopher Lloyd, it's set during fall, and a large part of the plot centers around a giant ticking clock. No, not 1985's beloved Back to the Future, although I wish we were just watching that instead. But actually the 2022 film Spirit Halloween. And this is normally where I would say, no, not that Spirit Halloween, and show an image of a Spirit Halloween store, but no, that's actually what this is centered around. It's a Spirit Halloween movie. And I can't tell if it was made for children or not. It's rated PG-13, but you wouldn't get that vibe from watching it. And this is one of those movies where you can tell where the budget was and was not spent. The script is one of those places it was not spent a lot on. I'm assuming some studio wanted to capitalize off the popularity of Spirit Halloween with all the memes going around about it, and then they just found some script that was already written, put the pieces together, and here we are. But with all that out of the way, Spirit Halloween, the movie. We begin on Halloween. A long time ago. How long? Shut up. That's how long, alright? Then don't worry about it. We then see where most of the budget for this movie went to and are introduced to Christopher Lloyd's character, a bad, bad man coming to tell the matron of this orphanage it's time for them to get lost. Did I mention he's bad? He's a bad man. Don't you forget it. They won't let you forget it. The matron then casts a spell on him and he dies. Thus, Spirit Halloween was born. I think that's what they're going for, I don't know. And you can tell they didn't bother getting a stuntman for this. Like, you know Christopher Lloyd is not taking a fall. So they were just like, go, just lay down, take your time, we'll just do a thump off screen or some shit. Now we skip to present day and are introduced to our main characters, the stunt doubles for the Stranger Things kids. We then get one of the biggest exposition dumps I've ever seen in a movie ever in the shortest amount of time.
Frank moved our Halloween stuff to storage. It took a while to get back.
Is he okay with you calling him Frank?
What else would I call him? Anyway, I'm just waiting for him to hang the darn lights.
Oh, what? You can't do him yourself? Oh, come on. You can't still be afraid of heights.
Well, I don't think any of that's ever coming up again.
Oh. Shut the Freddy Puck.
Huh? I can't be the only one who's never heard that expression ever.
Pop-up Halloween store in a creepy lot? Awesome.
I have seen some pretty sketch Spirit Halloween locations, but never one in fucking Chernobyl. I guess at Spirit they take what they can get, and I respect that.
Let me see.
Bummer. It won't upload.
Dead zone?
Dead zone.
Hold on, let me get this. Bummer, it won't upload. It was here when I noticed the very obvious corpse of an old Toys R Us, and I thought that would maybe be what would haunt them through this movie. I don't know if any of you have been to a Spirit Halloween in the last 5 years, but this is already way too many working decorations. Like, this is what a Spirit should look like, this is what's on the planogram sent down from corporate, but never the reality. Accurately staffed though, I'll give them that.
We're so coming here for our costumes.
Yeah, about that.
God damn, I can only take so many cliches.
Look, so I know you're like the whole year younger than me, basically.
8 months, Carson. Chill.
Here's the thing. 8 months from now, you'll be growing hair on your chest and stealing your dad's aftershave.
He's not my dad.
While the whole "he's not my dad" thing is super cliche, why do they keep calling him his dad? He's very obviously his stepdad or mom's boyfriend. Like, stop calling him his dad.
I'm not trick-or-treating this year.
What?
Halloween's for kids.
We trick-or-treat every year. It's what we do.
So we've got a classic case of our main character wanting to keep the tradition alive, while the other characters are pushing him back, wanting to move on and grow up. Especially this kid. Jesus Christ, how old is he?
And put orange shirt.
So
and the
pretty,
teal
right?
eyes.
Are you kidding me?
Jake, this is Joni's house now too, all right?
I don't care. We don't do princesses on Halloween. It's meant to be scary. Me and Dad always did it scary.
But I want to be a princess for Halloween.
Princesses suck, so that's stupid. It's a family tradition.
Well, it might be time to start a new tradition.
It might be time to start a new tradition. Like, not fucking yelling at my daughter, dude, come on.
Why don't you finish this?
Seriously? Do you know nothing about me?
That fear of heights thing came to play a lot sooner than I thought. Usually they let these kind of callbacks stew a bit, but it's been 4 minutes. Now we're about to be introduced to another main character, and this is an example of them juggling way too many cliches. It gets so confusing.
Jeez.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
So what I thought was, okay, this is the typical quirky, cool girl best friend that he secretly has a crush on. That's fine.
Is Carson home?
But then she's revealed to be his best friend's older sister, who throughout the movie will remind us that she is much older than them, because she is in high school. And then she says this line,
Oh yeah, he's in his room hiding from chores, but who needs him when I have you, right?
and that threw me off even more. They're just throwing so much at us. It seems like this movie has a foundation of Hallmark movie level cliches, but wants to mix it up and be different, and ends up just making a mess of it.
Related?
She's much better looking than Carson.
That laugh didn't last long.
Wow. Impressive.
Getting major Senorita Awesome vibes off of her.
Name?
Senorita Awesome.
You got it.
Now, if you forgot that his best friend wants to grow up and be more mature, don't worry.
Miss me so soon?
Where's all your Star Wars stuff?
Dude, we're gonna be in high school next year. It's like you're in denial.
It's so funny that he wants to grow up and stop doing childish things, but they, like, hang out with a 6th grader the whole movie. You know, this kid might just be a late bloomer. I don't know. They never say it, though.
What's gotten you so whacked out over trick-or-treating? It's just not that fun anymore.
Yeah, so hanging out with me and Bo is just not that fun anymore.
Well, Fright Night's tomorrow night, which is basically Halloween anyway.
Basically, Halloween is not Halloween.
Dude, no, not that one.
There's no way this kid isn't on a fucking list. So as Jake's getting ready for Fright Night, which is not Halloween, the movie had to tell us that, and I'm glad they did. I missed it on my first watch through, and I thought for a while that this was Halloween night. But his little sister comes in to talk to him and delivers probably the best dialogue I've ever seen in my life.
What you doing?
Heading out with my friends.
I'm sorry your dad died because of bone cancer.
Look, I know kids just say shit sometimes, but you also have to remember that someone who gets paid to write things for a living wrote that.
Mom says that's why you're mad all the time.
We then arrive at Fright Night and get the longest one take ever. For no reason. I think this is one of those examples of movies just thinking a really long take makes the movie better, but this is just so fucking long. But the main event is a puppet show detailing the events we saw at the beginning of the movie, which I missed that on my first viewing of this movie. I got up to go take a piss and I didn't pause it. Can you blame me though? Apparently it is kind of important, so I guess I should have paused it.
Hey, who's that talking to your sister?
Ray Marino? Dang.
Ray Marino? Can you even string a sentence together?
You don't need sentences when you got touchdowns, bro.
You just know this kid has 4 million followers on TikTok. I mean, look at that hair.
So, sis, Ray Marino, huh?
None of your business, Carson.
Well, I heard he's throwing the party of the year tomorrow.
And you're not going. No kids allowed.
Yeah, well, if I'm not going, then you're not.
Why?
Mom's gonna be out of town tomorrow and you're in charge.
Carson, you can crash at my place tomorrow night.
Perfect. Thank you, Jake. I owe you one.
Dude, what was that? That was our in.
What do you mean our in? Carson, read the room.
I mean, Jake's right. What odds do they have of getting into this party? They're 8th graders. It's one thing when a movie tries to have high schoolers sneaking into a college party. These are middle schoolers. And that kid is 7.
Dude, grow a pair. We need something super creepy around the house. I mean it.
You want something really creepy? How about a night locked in here?
What?
The Halloween megastore.
How about a night locked in here? What? I'm about to show you. What's your problem, man?
Yeah, no, not in.
So while Bo was on the fence, they end up locking in their plans with their signature fist bump. It's this thing they do where they all bump their fists together and say, booyah? I think they say booyah.
Booyah!
So I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be his dad. The one that
Died because of bone cancer.
But is that not Frank? His stepdad? They look like the same person.
Hey, Grandma G.
Don't stay out late, Jake.
Grandma, stop scaring my friend.
Well, that forced jump scare, fake eye, and Spirit Halloween wig tells me that that is the girl from the beginning of the movie, all grown up. Look, I know they probably just were trying to make a joke about Spirit Halloween's always being in the most weird and rundown places, but this is a bit much, right? I mean, there's not even a Chinese buffet in the parking lot. At least get that right. So no one just thought to ask, hey, did anyone see those 3 kids that dressed up for a camping trip leave? They were like 3 of the 5 customers we had today, and I don't think I saw them leave. I'm pretty sure that's their bikes in the parking lot.
Scared me. You guys are serious listeners, you know that?
Yeah, man, Carson is so cool. He doesn't get scared by... For a split second I thought maybe they might get caught by the sensors or the security cameras, but then I remembered Spirit Halloween.
Yes, I made sure to turn off all the lights. Yes, I also made sure that Carson took his phone. All right. Love you. Bye. Darn it, Carson.
This part here is where I especially thought this was rated PG and like just for kids, because what teenager says darn it, especially alone? This movie would be so much better if they just let the kids swear, like they do in Stranger Things, because it makes sense.
Carson left his phone at home and Mom likes him reachable, so.
Oh, the boys aren't here. They're all at Beau's.
Oh my gosh, right, sorry.
Carson didn't say he was staying here, did he?
No, I blinked. Sorry about that. I will swing by there.
Have fun.
So then Kate starts to sense something's going on, and she's gonna get to the bottom of it.
Hi, Grandma G.
No one's home, Kate.
Why didn't you just say that then? Why did you just fucking sit there? Why does that keep happening? So I guess she's just gonna run to Spirit Halloween. I don't know the layout of this town, but from what I've seen, that thing is far away.
This thing is awesome.
Ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers.
Is the town haunted by a lost spirit?
Is Alec Windsor roaming tonight?
Are you too serious right now? Really? So, does he want something, or is he here to, like, hang out?
Yes or no questions, buddy. How hard is that?
What does he want?
I guess you can add arson to the list of crimes they've committed tonight.
So do I.
Ew! God, I thought we were done with horny ghosts last week. Also, it's pretty fucking funny that he's just a ghost landlord. Like, I'm pretty sure he was like sort of a landlord back in the day, unless I missed something. And we know he's the same guy because that's the same clip art spirit effect we saw at the beginning of the movie. I was gonna point out how silly it is that he was able to actually knock him down with that cheap Halloween prop, but then I realized he's a decoration from Spirit Halloween. There is nothing in that store that weighs more than 7 pounds.
What the heck just happened? I don't know, but I love my guitar case right about now. Forget the guitar!
That was a shit.
Time to sleep. Hold still.
Carson, now!
There is no worse apparatus for an evil spirit to utilize than a Spirit Halloween decoration. Those things can barely stand up to the elements in your front yard, let alone a possession. It's unfortunate for him that this wasn't a Home Depot and he couldn't just possess one of those 12-foot skeletons. That is a movie I want to see. Now I know this is a nitpick, but one of my favorite low-budget movie fuck-ups is when they use a smartphone on screen, and the thumbs do not at all match what is going on the phone. So what's going on right now is Kate's at the store, Jake's mom is starting to figure out something's going on, and the boys are trapped in this room trying to just figure out what is happening. And more unresolved tension.
You wanted to come here.
No, dude. I wanted to go to a cool party. You wanted to come here.
Only because you're too darn selfish to do what we usually do.
Oh, and what's that? Stay 10-year-olds forever?
Guys, come on, let's just...
Wanting to change things up isn't a crime last time I checked, Jake.
Everything else you guys have done thus far has been, though.
Kate.
What?
Okay, please, just, where's the window?
What? You came through the roof.
Yeah.
Man, she's so cool. Fuck. God, this movie's ass.
Hey, how is that bear moving?
You don't want to know.
Just so we're all clear on the rules, I can't leave here without a body.
That's a weird thing to say.
You know, she's pretty chill with all this, considering whatever reason it could be that a stuffed bear is talking and walking towards them, because it's either a possessed teddy bear, or it's some random guy in a bear costume alone in a Spirit Halloween overnight with these young boys.
Jake, come on! Jake, hurry!
So now they know what they're dealing with, they're gonna have to find a way to handle this old evil spirit. In a book that probably still has the Borders book sticker on the back from when they bought it.
Jake?
Yeah, he's not answering his phone, and neither is Lydia.
They're probably all in a candy coma fast asleep by now.
They're probably fine, fast asleep in a ditch somewhere. It's okay, honey, let's just go upstairs. But that's not enough for the mom, and she's gonna go out and look for them, and I imagine she's going to end up at the Spirit Halloween. How they will make that happen, I don't know. Anything's possible in a movie like this. Like the kids finding blueprints for the building they're in, and making their way through the catacombs of Spirit Halloween. Formerly Toys R Us. Formerly an old orphanage. Man, this shit has depth.
Whoa. It's in Alec Windsor. Like the legend?
Okay, that's just a skull. It could be anyone's skull. Maybe someone who worked at the orphanage. Maybe Toys R Us. But they don't even know what this guy looked like when he was alive. And even if they did, so what? If you put a gun in my head and told me to match up images of people and their skulls, you'd just have to shoot me. After doing some more exploring, they find this small hut full of clues. And by clues, I mean exposition.
Carson, do you still have that stupid lighter?
Oh, yeah, here.
Man, it's a good thing Carson had a stupid lighter on him so they could light that candle. Even though they have fucking flashlights. Unless, of course, that lighter is important later on, which I can't see how they would even use.
There's literally no way out. We're all gonna die in here.
Well, Kate, at least we go down together.
At this point, just break a window and get out of there. You've broken enough laws and you're being chased by a ghost, so just get out. You know what? There's probably not an object in that spirit Halloween strong enough to break a window.
Wretched rat! This will end tonight!
I guess that is how she gets there. Whatever that was sparked her curiosity.
You know what? Enough running. We have to stop Windsor. For good.
Let's do this.
Oh, no. No, I'm not doing whatever that is.
Whatever that is. That's the FBB. The fist bump booyah. Have you been living under a rock?
An offering of high importance that's different for everyone. For the hungry, food. For the poor, currency.
For the grieving, a photo of their dad.
Carson.
What did you say?
Was that supposed to be a jab? What the fuck? What a dick.
Here, I have this.
Nothing.
It was my grandmother's locket.
She said that like she had to make it up on the spot. Here, take this. It was my grandmother. My grandmother's locket or whatever. So the gang figures out all they have to do is just gather 3 objects that the spirit has possessed and then sacrifice something important to them. Booyah. Plan is going accordingly. Until it doesn't.
Oh, good, you got it. I can find anything else.
Kate, I lost your necklace. I'm so sorry.
Jake, how?
Jake, what the hell? How? It's been like a minute and a half at most.
Alright, Jake has a photo with his dad. We can use that. Tell him, Bo.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is there something else?
Man the heck up for once and tell him he's the only one with something here to sacrifice.
You don't know that.
Everyone knows that.
Now, if you guys still haven't really caught on yet, Jake's dad
Died because of bone cancer.
Grow up! You act like you know everything, but you don't. Obsessing over gym freaks on your phone doesn't make you a grown-up, Carson.
Hey, remember that when that was on the movie screen earlier? Also, I love how awkward and out of place this spirit is, just hanging out above them, not doing anything, but they just want us to know that the spirit is there with them. Well, there you go. I guess they couldn't break a window if they wanted to. Editor, just cut that out. We can't keep doing this bit, man.
The skull was traveling at a rapid speed and suddenly stopped by the ground.
I guess that's one way to take care of that.
What the hell?
There's our swear of the movie. It's fucking lame.
We don't have a sacrifice.
Yes, we do. Encyclopedia of Shadows. It was a gift from my dad.
Why didn't you just start with that? You knew this whole time you could have just sacrificed the book and kept that picture and you didn't have to make a whole fucking thing of it? Sacrifice the book, go to Barnes & Noble and get a new one. You've still got a picture of your dead dad that you can bring up all the time.
Let's get that sucker back then.
Whoa, so that's why he kept wanting to grab his guitar case all those times. Makes sense now, even though he should have just fucking told them that. Told them that he had a very deadly, illegal, Nerf weapon in that bag. Instead of them giving him shit for wanting to grab his guitar every time, him just being like, but fine. So then we get the big climax of the movie, where they have to fend off all these possessed little decorations while they try to get the book back from Kate. And I'm gonna be honest, this was a fun and well done scene, and it makes me mad that the rest of the movie sucks. That's what annoys me most about movies like this. Like, even if this was made for kids, that doesn't mean it has to suck.
That body you're in belongs to my girlfriend.
God, it's gonna be really weird if she's like, not cool with that. But everything works out after Jake breaks her ankle, completes the ritual, and saves the day.
Like I said, couldn't you guys do something simpler like camp in the backyard?
Backyard camping's for kids.
What, Jake,
I mean, it makes sense. Even if they're only like a year or two apart, he's still in middle school. When I was in 9th grade, I was very much not in the business of dating a middle schooler, even if it's just a year.
Ugh, what is that god-awful smell?
Oh, it's Carson. It's sincere.
Yeah, Carson, we needed a sacrifice.
Jokes aside, it's probably Kate. I would imagine after getting possessed, you would just smell like absolute death. But after all that, they leave the building to find Jake's mom, who doesn't ask nearly enough questions.
Mom, I'll explain everything. Just, can I walk home with my friends?
No. You know what? Okay, sure.
Okay, dude, give me a break. I was at a Spirit Halloween last week, and it looked just like that. We then cut to a whole year later, so we can come full circle with Jake's character growth.
One last thing. Perfect.
Hey. Thanks. I'm real proud of you. Right.
That's nice. I wonder what happened to that kid's grandma. She was weird.
Wrist.
Oh. So, is she dead now? Does that kid just not have a guardian anymore? I guess we'll just have to wait and find out in the sequel. Party City, maybe? Well, guys, that was Spirit Halloween, the movie. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't enjoy watching it 3 times, and I'm gonna have to watch it another fucking time while I edit it. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like rating down below, comment, share with your friends, it all helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you're new here and you haven't, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my uploads. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching, happy Halloween, and I will see you next Monday. Goodbye.